For large organizations, enterprise Drupal hosting is rarely a minor operational expense. It regularly balloons into a massive six-figure line item that consumes a significant portion of the IT budget. Take the Voice of America, for example. As a global broadcaster, their infrastructure demands are enormous. This chart visualizes the scale of their decision. When evaluating their options, the estimated annual cost to run their Drupal architecture on Acquia's managed hosting platform came in at roughly $1 million. But when they priced out the exact same software using a cloud overlay model, specifically DevPanel running directly on AWS, that annual estimate dropped to under $200,000. That is an $800,000 difference every single year to keep the exact same sites online. That gap is a direct result of how these two platforms handle cloud infrastructure. Understanding this architectural divide is the only way to figure out if your organization is overpaying for the wrong platform. Acquia built its reputation as a fully managed cloud platform specifically optimized for Drupal. The trade-off for that managed experience is that you are a tenant living inside Acquia's ecosystem. They own the servers, they hold the root access, and they define the boundaries of what you can control. DevPanel operates as an all-in-one management layer rather than a traditional host. Under this model, your organization maintains direct root access to your AWS account using DevPanel as the automation and dashboard layer. To figure out which approach fits your team, we have to break down how this trade-off impacts your daily operations across three areas: cost, development environments, and compliance. The decision determines whether you pay a vendor to manage your infrastructure or take ownership of the cloud resources yourself. Let's start with how these platforms handle your budget. Acquia relies on annual contracts based on fixed plan tiers. You select your storage, environment count, and support level for the year. This gives procurement teams highly predictable budgeting. However, it can also lead to unused resources as you pay for 24/7 managed infrastructure, regardless of your actual daily server usage. DevPanel uses a different financial architecture. Because it runs on your own cloud account, it utilizes AWS spot instances and usage-based billing. The core of the system is an auto-pause mechanism. When developers log off for the day, their idle development environments automatically spin down. Paying only for active compute time is the specific mechanical advantage that allows teams to cut their hosting costs by up to 80%. That level of cost reduction is entirely achievable, provided your organization is willing and technically capable of holding its own AWS account. Beyond the raw server costs, we have to look at where your engineering teams actually spend their time: development environments. Acquia's default professional plan provides exactly one dev environment and one staging environment. For engineering teams running multiple parallel feature branches, this strict gating creates a severe operational bottleneck. Developers wait in line just to test code. You can unlock more concurrent environments on Acquia, but you have to pay steep tiered add-on costs to get them. DevPanel approaches this problem by relying on native Git-based pipelines that support unlimited environments. The platform automatically provisions fully isolated databases and file systems for every single pull request, active branch, or sprint. Removing those environment limits accelerates QA testing and developer onboarding. It turns your dev operations into a speed multiplier instead of a gated call center. Beyond engineering velocity, enterprise deployments must satisfy rigorous procurement and security standards. This is where Acquia flexes its major strength. It provides out-of-the-box vendor-certified compliance, including FedRAMP, SOC2, and HIPAA readiness. Non-technical procurement departments often prefer this model because it offloads the compliance risk. The vendor takes responsibility for maintaining those certifications. The trade-off is that a managed vendor-controlled ecosystem limits your internal team's ability to configure custom server-level infrastructure or specific third-party integrations. DevPanel's security framework supports those exact same high-level compliance standards. However, it allows you to directly integrate custom third-party tools like OpenAI, Splunk, or your preferred vulnerability scanners. Because you own the underlying cloud account, your DevOps team retains granular control over the organization's specific security posture. Acquia removes the compliance management burden for a premium fee. DevPanel gives you superior technical control, but it requires your internal team to actively manage their own cloud integrations. Choosing the right platform comes down to matching your vendor to your organization's internal technical reality. The first fork in the road. What is your internal cloud expertise? Do you need to manage multiple client sites or juggle complex feature branches without environment add-on fees? Or is your priority simply checking compliance boxes without ever touching a server? Answering these specific workflow questions is the only reliable way to avoid buying into an architecture that doesn't fit how your team works. If your organization lacks an internal DevOps team, operates under strict hands-off procurement mandates, and has the budget to pay a premium to make infrastructure someone else's problem, Acquia is the clear fit. But if you are an agency or a tech-forward enterprise that wants to own your data, requires unlimited dev environments, and needs to reduce overhead costs, DevPanel provides the necessary tools. For teams with baseline cloud capability, the ability to pay only for active compute time creates a significant financial advantage. Before you sign another six-figure contract, audit your internal capabilities. You might already have everything you need to take control of your cloud.